Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are going to be changing the oil in a 2015 Ford Taurus 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6. Now what you're going to need is your basic hand tools like your socket set and a ratchet, and you're going to be using some oil and your filter. Alright, oil that we're going to be using is 5W30 conventional oil, high mileage for any vehicles that are 75,000 miles and over. And also we're going to be using a Motorcraft oil filter. The oil filter part number is FL500S. And that's it. Alright, so this engine does take 6 quarts of oil, and I'm going to show you today on how to change the oil on this vehicle. And another important thing to do is make sure you have your vehicle up. Now I'm using jack stands. There are some mounting points we can hold onto it. It's right under here where this arrow mark is pointing, right down there. That is where you're going to be setting your jack stands on, and where you can jack it up is down below here where this cross member is, right there. That piece of metal right here. So you can put it in the center so you can lift up the vehicle. And also this is going to show you how to reset your oil life monitoring system for your Taurus. I'll show you that also in this video too. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, now we're under the vehicle. This is where your oil filter is located, right here and up in there, and there is your oil pan right here. Now the oil pan bolt, or the drain plug bolt, it is a 15 millimeter. It's going to be right over here. And then make sure you have your drain pan ready, like I do right here. And then once you get the oil drain plug loose, and there, the drain plug is out. It is over there. And yeah, that's your oil right here. It's just draining in there. Alright, so once you have your drain plug back inside, make sure it's like that. Make sure you do it by hand first, so you don't cross thread it, so you don't have to get yourself a new oil pan because you messed it up. So all you're going to do next is now make sure you grab your ratchet and tighten it down like so. There you go. Hold on, give me a moment. Alright, and like that, you're gonna, some just do it hand tight. You can also do it just like that, just hand tight, so the oil comes out slowly. Alright, like so. You should be good. You can wipe it down just in case if there's a little bit more oil left. And now we're going to start with the oil filter right here. Alright, so it was a bit more tighter than I expected, so I used some oil filter plier wrench right here, and these are pretty helpful as well. If like you can't get a firm grasp on it, like it's a bit too tight for you, you can grab those. It'll bite into it, and then you can get it. Once you're done using that, you can undo it by hand now, like this. Now also, when you're doing this, make sure you have your drain pan ready below, so you don't make a mess on the floor and on yourself. Just like so. Alright. I'm just gonna do it all on hand. I'll do it by hand like that. You can let the other old oil filter in there, and that's how it's gonna look like for you, like that. Alright, so once you let all the oil drain out from the oil filter, you're gonna wipe it down with a rag so it can look like this, all shiny and stuff, so you can get it ready for the new oil filter. Also, another tip that you also want to look out for is whenever you're taking off the old oil filter, is check right here and see this black ring. Check if it's still on this oil filter, the old one, because what you do not want to do is double gasket with the new oil filter, because it's not going to cause leaks, and you do not want that for your vehicle. So I suggest just checking. You know, it's pretty quick. Most of the time, just sticks on there. I can also show you how to also make sure they have a higher chance that this thing does not disconnect. Alright, so we're now with the new oil filter. This is an OEM filter, but you can also use whatever filter you feel like. I'm pretty sure it doesn't do much of anything, but I prefer to get this one, especially for customers as well, so they don't have any problem. You can use OEMs. But besides that, we're going to pour in the oil so you can pre-fill the oil filter, like so. And since this one, you can just plug it straight up and it's not on the side, then you can mostly fill this thing. Kind of almost to the top, but not too much, because if not, that will happen. You know, start to bubble up on you. But once you got it somewhat like that, you can grab a little bit of oil right here with your finger, like so, and then you can rub it around this gasket. So what this will do is to ensure for the next time, if you're going to change it or the next guy's going to change it, that it's going to be easier for them. It's not going to be stuck on there tight, and also this oil filter gasket does not also fall off through this oil filter once you take it off and put a new one on. Alright, so now what we're going to do is go back under the vehicle. Alright, so now once you're back under the vehicle, grab your oil filter and place it up like this. Try to locate the threads if I can. Alright, I think I got it. Yeah, like so. I got it on now. It's a bit slippery. I did a little bit. I did let a little bit of oil fall on the ground. Well, not on the ground, but on the filter. So you can go like that, and maybe grab a rag or something, wipe down the filter, and then try to tighten it down by hand. All right, so this is important. So once you got your oil filter, wipe it down if it becomes a little bit slippery for you to do it by hand. And it's very important they do this by hand. So also, it's easier for the next guy or yourself whenever you're changing the oil again, so you don't have to go get yourself some pliers. You can just do it all by hand. So you can make sure you tighten it down like so. Just do it hand tight, not too much, also not too little. Just like that, you got your filter on there. So once you're done with that, you can just wipe it down a little bit more, like so. Alright, and now we're going to get ready to put some oil inside the engine now. Alright, so we're now on top of the vehicle. Make sure you have your funnel ready, have it in there, like that, and then grab your oil and then put it in here. Alright, so make sure you get all 6 quarts inside. You try to angle your 5 quarts of oil sideways like this, so it pours in smoothly and doesn't come out in big chunks. Or not chunks, but like in big waves. You know what I mean, right? Alright, so you try and go like that, so then you don't make a mess, and the bigger the funnel, the more better it is. You can go like so. And make sure you get all 6 quarts inside, because this is what it takes. And you do not want to overfill or underfill your engine, so just be wary about that. You know, once you got all your oil inside, just like that, you should be good. Alright, so once you got all your oil inside the engine, you can just fill it like that. Just like that, so it gets plugged up from the bottom so it doesn't drip anywhere. Just like that. You can set it aside, and now you can put in your oil cap back on. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the process on how to reset your oil light on this Ford Taurus. Alright, so you go and press on the left button from here and go down, 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 and more down into the settings. You go from here, you go to vehicle, and then you go to oil life reset. So you make sure you keep them scrolling down, just if I didn't say that. From here, and it says you hit OK, press your OK button right there, and you know how it says 0, you can go like this, and now it's reset at 100%. So this will help you so you don't have that pesky oil light that says change your oil now, even though you changed it. So that is how you change it or reset it on this Ford Taurus. Alright, well, I hope this video was helpful to any of you who are trying to change your oil for your first time on your Ford Taurus. Alright, and I'll see you in the next one.